Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of the Final Fantasy VII Low Level Initial Equipment, No Items and Weakest Armour Challenge. And in this episode, I will be hopefully getting the huge Materia from Fort Condor as soon as I failed to get it from Corel. And after I have done that, I'll be heading back to the Mideel in order to try and fight off the Ultima Weapon, who's going to breed insane damage. And once that is done, it should be followed by the cutscenes where Tifa prepares to try and repair Cloud's mind. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're off to Fort Condor. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. You've come at a good time. Shinra's changing its strategy now. It seems that Shinra will destroy the reactor and then take out the materia that's inside. If we lose here, all the materia we gathered will be for nothing. We must protect this area. Damn, I guess we have to protect this area too. The situation has changed. Looks like the enemy is set to attack. If we lose here, it's over. Our lives are in your hands. We're counting on you. Ready? Okay, ready. This is a deciding battle. The enemy numbers more than ever before. Just got to allow the enemy to get up top. And then it's the boss fight. I've never done this fight before because I always decide to just try and win. Hello, Richard. How are you? Instead of trying to win this minigame, I'm just going to lose, which causes the boss fight straight away. Good. I'm glad you're good. Just look how long this takes. Let's speed it up, shall we? Dun, 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 my god, they're attacking, we're counting on you. Here we go. Poison breath. Of course, Materia. I'm gonna have to, yep. Magic barrier and regular barrier. We always does poison breath and then follows it up with that. I see. Follow up with the attacks of our hill. Multiple attacks. Go. Keep the shit up. Reach lightning. It's strange, as I said, I don't ever do this part. Now I am. Here we go. There we go. Yes, we did it. That was wonderful, thank you. I doubt Shinra will attack now. So I'm guessing if you fail that fight, they get the huge materia. It's also where you get the Phoenix materia as well. Because there are some other items you can get from Fort Condor. You do it 4 or 5 times before this bit to get items, but... So you've got, as soon as you defeat Bottom's Well, once you get the buggy, once you get the tiny Bronco, and I think maybe before Bone Village, and then you get it now as well. Anyway, we should go see outside, see what happens. Yep. Here we are. And we've got a giant chocobo. That's what the Condor is protecting. There we go. It is done. Gone. Be sure and report to my father too. So of course that explains why you do the mini game this whole time, because you know they're trying to get the black materia. Everyone, thanks, I really mean it, thanks. Although there isn't anything we can give you, we'll make sure you can stop in and stay any time, so be sure to stop by. Yes, and there's one thing I forgot to tell you. Huh? What's this? Gotta have that materia. The truth is, this is the materia inside the reactor. What the hell did we fight for? We weren't protecting the reactor, we were protecting the Condor. When that reactor was built, they forced us to help. That's how we knew what was inside the reactor. I knew this day would come. So after the Shinra left, I sneaked in and took the materia. I didn't mean to fool you, but I guess that's how it ended up. I'm really sorry. Just forget about it. Anyway, we're still alive. I see. If you put it that way, we're really grateful. So the last huge materia that Shinra's after is in the underwater reactor in Junon. We've got to get there and stop them. But you know, Shinra's probably on high alert since we always mess with them. How about we take a break and go see that little fella for a bit? Cloud, right? Yeah, I'm worried about Tifa. She may have collapsed taking care of the guy. How about checking in on them down to Mideel? And then once you do the underwater reactor, you go back to Rocket Town, and you do that beautiful scene, and then it'll be Bugenhagen. Come on, break time, break time. Yes, here we go. See, that fight was actually really easy. So that huge materia doesn't seem too difficult to get hold of. The underwater reactor tomorrow, boy, that's not going to be good. Vincent using live wire constantly might end up coming in clutch in that. But of course, once I get to the diamond weapon onwards, the experience I'm going to be getting from bosses is going to be mega. So, you know, I'm not going to stay in the low 30s now, unfortunately. How it's going to happen, because Crowd Clod will give quite a big chunk. You've got everything else as well. Everybody's in back row, which is what I want. Right, let's save it because this fight is no mugs game. Do 2k with setups. I mean, of course I'm going to be back rowing. Of course I'm going to immediately barrier. But anyway, here we go. What number am I? It's no use, I don't understand a thing, Cloud. What should I do? What if you never recover for the rest of your life? Ah! Coming. There. Coming. What did you say, Cloud? Ah! Damn, what the hell's going on? What's this? The live stream is gushing up from below the surface of the earth. Damn, this is bad. Sid, what's wrong? No, nothing. You and Cloud get inside quick. Bye. Hey, don't worry about a thing. I ain't about to die that easily. Be careful. Okay, here I go. Watch this. So here's the first weapon you fight, Ultima Weapon. And that huge weapon. Of course, I won't be finishing off the Ultima Weapon. Of all the times to show up. The only weapons I will be killing is diamonds. None of the others I'll be touching. Okay then, come on, you bitch. Quake 2, fucking fantastic. You'll have to see it. Looking a bit spooked, to be honest. Pretty tranquil. Is either 10,000 or 20,000 damage you have to deal in this fight? I don't remember. Death Geigus. Well, fuck. That's good. The crit is not what I wanted. You want a barrier, but magic barrier is also ultimate beam. This is going to take a few attempts, guaranteed. It's going to take a few attempts. Ooh, live wire. I still need to take it off of ATB weight. What am I not doing? Oh, it's flying off already. Oh, it's time allotted. I always thought it was damage allotted, but of course you want to deal as much damage as possible every time you fight it, because it flies off after either a set amount of time or something else, but you don't get the experience for fighting it, which is good for the low level challenge. You trying to escape? Of course, once I repair Cloud's mine, there's no point doing anything else until I get to the underwater research facility. Looks like escape is his best skill. Well, at least the live stream's back to normal. Damn, you gotta be kidding. This is bad. The main stream is kicking up. Something way bigger than that one. The last one's on its way. No good. Get out of here. What about Tifa and Cloud? God damn it. Don't have time to worry about anyone other than yourself. Don't know when the stream will blow. Whoa. There's no time, hurry. So Mideel is one of those towns that you get sometimes in Final Fantasy where it goes, Tifa, Cloud, get out of here. So sometimes you get towns like this that get destroyed and you never see them again. Clara is an example from Final Fantasy 9. was going to say Kalingen from 6, but that doesn't actually go away. Tamata gets destroyed, I believe. Oh god, the tremors are getting worse. Wait a minute, Cloud. Doctor, shouldn't we move him somewhere? It might be safer to move to an open area. Don't you worry, that's that thing, Cloud. I'll see to it and get somewhere safe. No, the structure can't take it, hurry. Yes. Ready, Cloud, we're leaving now. Here we go. So basically, the whole time Mideel was under one of, I guess, the life streams, like Earth pulses, I guess you'd call it. Tifa and Cloud go. Not good. So this is a huge story section, so this is going to take up the remainder of today's stream. Where am I? What's Cloud? Where are you? Huh? What? Who? Who is it? I can't hear. Wait a minute. I know nothing about that. No, it's not me. I'll never do anything like that. No, stop it. Stay back. Somebody help, please. Cloud, help me. So here, Who Am I plays again. So now we're going to restore Cloud's mind. Where am I? Cloud? What is it, Cloud? What is this? Don't cut off, don't black screen. Is this the inside of your dreams, or is it your subconscious? You're searching, aren't you, Cloud? Searching for yourself. I can help too. We'll work together to try and get the real you back. But where do we start? A sealed up, secret wish, tender feelings that no one can ever know. That starry night at the well, the promise we made then, what if that memory was all a lie? Oh, definitely the most important part of the game. This is the truth, where you realise who the true Cloud is. You know, the non-Mako poisoned Cloud. The gates of Nibelheim 5 years ago, Sephiroth passed through these gates, and that's how it all started. This scene is why people don't like Final Fantasy VII, because they'll say, the story is too complex. It connects to Nibelheim. That's right, probably best to start from there. But literally all this section does is just show you that everything you thought about Cloud was a lie, and it's not Cloud's fault. It was all Sephiroth's brain fuckery that caused it. The gates of Nibelheim 5 years ago, Sephiroth passed through these gates, and that's how it all started. Let's go have a look, Cloud. I know it's not easy. I'll be here for you. On that day 5 years ago. Cloud, look. Here's the well. And that's Gramps Inn too. The only truck in town. It's been here since we were little kids, right? This is the Nibelheim you remember, right? It's the same as my Nibelheim. That's why this is our Nibelheim. 5 years ago, 2 men from Soldier came. Sephiroth and the young and vibrant soldier. Can you tell me again what happened? How does it feel? 5 years ago, I saw the real Sephiroth for the very first time. So I'm not going to read the Sephiroth dialogue because we've already read this out. How about your parents? So this is the great Sephiroth. But to tell the truth, I thought he was very cold. I remember a foreboding about him. No, Cloud. I've been hiding it for some time, afraid that if I told you, something terrible might happen. But I'm not going to hide anything anymore. You weren't here. Cloud did not come to Nibelheim 5 years ago. I waited, but Cloud never came. The 2 that were ordered here were Sephiroth and another person. So of course, when Tifa was being blank in the North Crater, it's because she didn't want to say, because she knew something bad would happen to Cloud's mind. Of course, now we see that it was indeed Zack. Cloud was here, but not as a soldier. You mean that member of Soldier who came with Sephiroth wasn't Cloud? There's nothing I can say. You must find the answer yourself. If you can't, then take your time, Cloud. Slowly, little by little, okay? So when you think of everything that Cloud's been through, like the fact that he manages to remain strong after all this happens is mental. That starry night is at the well, and our promises. What if the memory was all just a lie? Don't hurry, Cloud. Don't answer too quickly. Just keep checking all those small emotions and it'll come back, slowly, little by little. Right, like the sky that night, the heavens were filled with stars. So this did happen, because, well, Cloud was still a kid, and he did go off to Shinra, but just never became a soldier. He was just an ordinary merc. From the beginning, okay? Try and remember, Cloud. I was wearing these clothes. That's you too. You were so small then. Anki. Sephiroth once said, Cloud made up his memories by listening to my stories. Did you imagine the sky? No, you remembered it. So what the scene is trying to say, which I think is what some people get confused by, just because it was actually Zack and not Cloud 5 years ago, doesn't mean that everything else, including this did happen. It's just some things did happen, some things didn't, and I feel like some people get a bit too confused, they overcomplicate it a bit. But everything before 5 years ago is Cloud's actual memory, because that did happen. It's just, well, when that all happened 5 years ago, shit hit the fan. But anyway, that's why I kept thinking you were the real Cloud. I still believe you're the Cloud from Nibelheim, but you don't believe in yourself. These memories aren't enough. Cloud, what about your other memories? No, not memories. A memory is something that is consciously recalled, right? That's why sometimes it can be mistaken or wrong. It's different from a memory locked deep within your heart. That's why it must be a fake, if you could recall up that memory. That's it. What about some memory that has to do with me? If I say something, you can't remember it. If you say something, and I remember it too, then we'll know that that's a memory. Talk to me about anything, some important memory to you. Now that you mention it, why did you want to join Soldier in the first place? I always thought it was a sudden decision. I was devastated. I wanted to be noticed. I thought if I got stronger, someone would notice. Someone to notice you? Who? Who? You know who. You, that's who. Me? Why? So of course this is the truth now. Now that Cloud is starting to piece his mind back together, as fucked up as it might be to say, he never really loved Aerith. You know, Zack was Aerith's, and you know, Aerith was Zack. Of course, Aerith kind of had a soft spot for Cloud because, of course, he reminded her of Zack, because technically you could say he was Zack any time before this, because, well, he thought he was Zack. But of course, now we know the truth. Well, now we're knowing the truth. Cloud, of course, always loved Tifa, and well, he wanted to come back a stronger person, fitting for Tifa. Tifa, did you forget about those days? Look, I'm sorry, but what are you talking about? No, it's alright, you were having a hard time back then. You were so busy with your own things, it's only natural you don't remember me then. Then? Hello, Carl! How are you? You've made it to an important bit? It's important to me. I hate to say it, but it's a very important memory. Do you want to see it? So of course Tifa tells Cloud to think of a memory that he says her, and if she remembers it, she knows it's not a false memory. Of course, if she said to Cloud something and he was like, oh yeah, that happened, she doesn't know whether he actually remembers it or not. But of course, if he tells her something and she remembers it, she knows that it is true. A sealed up secret wish, tender memories, no one can ever know. I'm good, I'm good. So here we go. Do you know where this window goes to, Tifa? Fine, I'll go. So now Cloud is reminding Tifa of something he remembers that she doesn't, so the other way round. Cloud actually hurt Tifa accidentally as children, but now he's just going to, you know, remind her of it, which she kind of blocked out. My room? It was my first time there. Was it? I only used to look up at it from outside. Hey, look! Cloud's coming. You think he wants to come in? Was that the first day you came into my room? That's right, we live next to each other, but I really didn't know you that well. I've known you since we were children and always thought we were close. Now that you mention it, I don't recall you ever being in my room. Tifa always used to have her own group, sorry. That's right. I thought they were all stupid. What? You were all childish, laughing at every little stupid thing. But we were children then. I know, I was the stupid one. I really wanted to play with everyone, but you never let me into the group. Then later I started thinking I was different. That I was different from those immature kids. That then, maybe. Just maybe they would invite me in. I thought that might happen, so I hung around. I was so prejudiced and weak. That night I asked Tifa to come out to the well. I thought to myself Tifa would never come, that she hated me. It was so sudden, I was a bit surprised. So that memory at the beginning of the game was actually Cloud and Tifa's first ever interaction. But of course, because of all the trickery that Sephiroth and Genova played, and are playing up to this point, you know, we don't realise that. That is the beauty of Final Fantasy VII, the way they just managed to coat over everything and trick us along with the main characters for when we first play it. It's beautiful. It's true we weren't that close, but after you left town, I really thought about you a lot. I used to wonder how Cloud was doing. I wondered if you were able to get into Soldier. I started reading the newspapers, thinking I might see an article about you. Thanks, Tifa. Tell him what you told me later. He'll probably be so happy. Okay. Huh? What happened on this day? Was it a special day? This was the day. Tifa's mother. The day Mum died. I want to see Mum. So we all go off to Mount Nibble. And I like, because I didn't grab the chests, they're still here. I wonder if there's anything beyond that mountain. So this song is called On the Other Side of the Mountain, or Beyond the Other Side of the Mountain. Mount Nibble is scary. Many people have died there. No one crosses that mountain alive. How about those that died? Did Mama pass through the mountains? So Tifa, always brave from the start. I'm going. It'd be interesting if you get a Tifa backstory with Zangan, because you don't really ever see Zangan much. Or her father. Of course, Zangan being her martial artist teacher. And here's Cloud. So he wants to kind of join in, because he wants to be noticed. So off they go. So only Cloud and Tifa go off. Shows that they are really true main characters. They're brave from the start. I don't remember the path I walked. Tifa missed her step. I ran to her but didn't make it in time. We both fell off the cliff. Back then, I only scarred my knees, but... Cloud, why'd you bring Tifa to a place like this? So this is what Cloud hated about his childhood. He was the only one that didn't even plan to go, that he decided to follow suit. Everybody else fucks off, because he clearly didn't care. He tries to get after Tifa, bang, gets the blame. What the hell's the matter with you? What if she dies? So that is kind of the mental block that Cloud got. Tifa was in a coma for 7 days. We all thought she wouldn't make it. If only I could have saved her. I was so angry at myself for my weakness, and this is what caused him to want to join Soldier. He wanted to be stronger for Tifa's sake. Ever since then, I felt Tifa blamed me. I went out of control. I'd get into fights with anyone. That was the first time I heard about Sephiroth. I thought if I was strong like Sephiroth, then... bish bash bosh. If I could just get stronger, then even Tifa would have to notice me. So that was it. Sorry, Cloud. If only I'd remembered more clearly what happened, I could have done something sooner. It's not your fault, Tifa. But I remember back when we were 8. That's it. Now I know. You weren't created 5 years ago. My childhood memories weren't all made up. Hang in there, Cloud, just a little longer. You've almost found the real you. So, of course, the Cloud that we know from the start of FF7 to now was Cloud that you could say was technically created. By Hojo saying he was created 5 years ago is the same principle he means by Jenova being Sephiroth's mother. Of course, he's just referring to Cloud's infusion of the S-cells. But of course, the Cloud before that did exist. It's just Jenova and Sephiroth kind of fucked up his head, along with Tifa's, to kind of trick it, and that's why people say that this scene is too confusing, yada yada. But if you think about it, it all makes sense, and it's just perfect. If you think about how you follow along the story, and you get drawn into that trap yourself. You think all that stuff is true because you see it at face value. That is the smartness behind the story of FF7. But anyway, let's carry on. Let's go back to Nibelheim again. So of course now Cloud is starting to become himself even more now. And of course you start to realise that, well, I mean, by this point you know that Cloud really did like Tifa, you know, never liked Aerith. It was all just a misinterpretation, misunderstanding. Anyway, the truth is right there. We almost have the answer right in the palm of our hands. So now we find out the truth about what happened 5 years ago. So you can tell by the way Cloud is acting as well that he's becoming himself again. You know, even in the graphics of 97 they still pulled it off. Anyway, Cloud, wait, where are you going? The reactor. To the reactor, the Mako reactor. So this did happen. Sephiroth slashes Tifa. But it isn't Cloud that saves her. It's Zack. So this is done in Crisis Core as well. Hey, it's Cloud. Nope, it's not Cloud. It's Zack. Zack. You remembered. So now Cloud remembers it's Zack. So this is the turning point. No, he never said the name Zack before. But now that he's managed to say Zack, you know he has displaced himself from the memories of Zack, so now all his memories are his own. It's so clever how they do it. And that's why FF7's the best. That's right. It was Zack who came to Nibelheim with Sephiroth. Of course, Tifa didn't want to say it. She had to let Cloud say it. Then, where were you, Cloud? So, of course, in the scene in Calm, you see Cloud that was actually Zack and Sephiroth do that little standoff and then it stops. But now Cloud explains, you know, the truth. Anyway, Cloud, did you see it all? I saw everything. So he was in fact the soldier that was told to keep Tifa outside the reactor. It was him the whole time. So here is... Ah, who are you? Mum, Tifa, my town, give it back. I had so much respect for you. I admired you. So this is where Cloud gets that strong will that he wanted to show Tifa. But, of course, if you know the lore, as soon as Cloud does this, is when Hojo gets him. And then, immediately following this is when he's infused with the S cells, so that the strength that he just newly found, Hojo managed to expose and crush in the palm of his hand. Cloud. So this is the truth. That's what happened. What a plot twist. You were there. You see, they hid it under our nose the whole time and it's just beautiful. You were watching me. Yeah, I remember. So it was you. Hey Cloud, if you're feeling sick, why don't you take that mask off? Yeah. Because he felt sick for another reason, sick to the stomach that his hero was a bastard the whole time. Anyway, yeah, this is me. So it was him the whole time. So that squatting you saw at the beginning was actually Zack, and of course they decided to take the bloody squatting further, as in Crisis Core, all he bloody does is squat. Anyway, I even left my hometown telling everyone I was going to get the job, but I was so embarrassed I didn't want to see anybody. There he goes, Squat King. So Cloud sees her, but then comes back with the helmet on because he was too ashamed to see Tifa, because he told her he'd be soldier. But of course he didn't want Tifa to see. Didn't want Tifa to see him as a normal mercenary because he promised her he'd be a soldier. So he thought I could let her down. Yeah, squat fair. There we go. Anyway, it's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, huh? So that's, I think Sephiroth was actually talking to Cloud 5 years ago, but of course wasn't talking to Zack. He was talking to Cloud in the merc suit, but no, again. So there's Cloud just left there. He wasn't killed, and then yeah, you came, you kept your promise. So you really did come when I was in trouble. So he did fulfill the childhood promise, just in a different way. Sorry, I didn't get there sooner. It's alright, Cloud. So here comes Sephiroth. So this is how Sephiroth actually died 5 years ago. Just like you. So he only managed to actually carry out Jenova's head. But of course he managed to use Jenova's head when he goes into that cocoon in North Crater and kind of control Jenova with her head from there, which of course managed to move her body all the way from the Shinra headquarters over to the North Crater. So it explains it well. It's such a good plot twist. Cloud, kill Sephiroth. Sephiroth. So the only thing that isn't explained, how Cloud manages to do this. It shows that he did have inner strength the whole time. He just couldn't use that strength to become a soldier. So at this point, of course, he only had the strength to become a merc. It can't be. So of course, if what happened to Cloud and Zack with the experiments didn't happen following this, Cloud would have been able to have become, you know, a soldier after putting on a performance like that. But of course, Cloud, Zack, and Tifa were all knocked out, and then Hojo comes in, picks up Cloud, picks up Zack, and then 4 of the 5 years experiments, and then a year before the start of FF7, of course, Zack breaks out, gets Cloud out, but then Cloud stays in the vegetative state, and then of course, once he regains consciousness, he begins to think he's Zack. And then that is the story of FF7. Anyway, Cloud. Then this is goodbye, Tifa, until we meet again. Beautiful plot twists. So now all of his memories piece together, and he becomes the real Cloud for the first time in the game. And now of course for the rest of the game we get the proper Cloud, I guess you could say. So there we go. That little itchy feeling that he had is now gone, and he remembers who he is. And I'm not looking forward to Arm Carrier tomorrow, not gonna lie. So here he is. Cloud? And there we go. That is Cloud's mind restored, and he remembers who he truly is. Tifa. Oh Cloud, it's really you, isn't it? Yeah, Tifa, we finally meet again. So this is technically, in both of their eyes, the first time they met since that well scene. Well, actually, of course, Tifa was out cold when he saw her 5 years ago, but this is the first time they've properly met since the well scene. In a way. You stupid jerk, you had us all worried sick. Cloud, are you alright? Voice, there. I see, we're in the live stream, aren't we? Everyone's waiting. Let's go back, Cloud. Back to everyone. Yeah, I guess so. Come on, Tifa, let's go home. Oh, I'm going to get the scene just before the start of Disc 3 because I got Tifa. There's a little scene that kind of suggests that we did a little naughty before the start of Disc 3. And that's what happens if you get Tifa on the Golden Saucer date. And here we go. So they were both recovered. Yo, you alright, Tifa? Barrett, you came back. Cloud, where is he? Don't worry about him, he's a tough one. Barrett, when I was in the live stream, I saw the real Cloud. I mean, I didn't really find him, Cloud, he found himself. So that shows that, you know, Cloud finally tapped into his inner strength and managed to take out Sephiroth as soon as Tifa was hurt. You know, that was the trigger, which shows that he's always loved her. Oh, how nice. Anyway, let's go. Alright, I know. I shouldn't have doubted. But I can't win against you. You're some kind of lady. Can't argue with Tifa. Not gonna work. People have so many things pent up inside themselves. So many things they can never forget. Strange, isn't it? Yo, Tifa, snap out of it. Tifa. So, too much for both of them. They needed to rest. And here we go. Everyone, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything, Cloud. All you've been doing is apologising. I never was in Soldier. I made up the story about what happened 5 years ago and my being in Soldier. I left my village looking for glory, but never made it into Soldier. I was so ashamed of being so weak. Then I heard this story from my friend Zach, and I created an illusion of myself made up of what I had seen in my life, and I continued to play the charade as if it was true. But of course that was because of the manipulation of the S-cells and Genova, of course. Illusion, huh? Pretty damn strong for an illusion. Physically I'm built like someone in Soldier. Hojo's plan to clone Sephiroth wasn't that difficult. It was just the same procedure they used when creating members of Soldier. Mako infused energy, but this time with Sephiroth cells. You see, someone in Soldier isn't simply exposed to Mako energy. Their bodies are injected in with Genova cells. For better or worse, only the strong can enter Soldier. It has nothing to do with the Genova reunion. But weak people like me get lost in the whole thing, and that's why his mind broke. But now, he becomes strong enough to be able to break it. The combination of Genova's cells, Sephiroth's strong will, and my own weakness are what created me. Everyone knew that I'm Cloud, the master of my own illusionary world. But I can't remain trapped in an illusion anymore. I'm going to live my life without pretending. You're sure messed up, Cloud. That means he ain't no different from before. By the way, Cloud, what are you going to do now? Don't tell me you're going to leave the ship. I'm the reason why Meteor is falling towards us. That's why I have to do everything in my power to fight this thing. Good. Then you're going to keep fighting to save the planet? It's like you always told me, Barrett. Uh-oh, you mean that? What? I don't understand. There ain't no getting off of this train. So here we go. So Cloud laughs for probably the first time. Not the demonic Sephiroth type laugh either. Because now Cloud's himself. Once again. We need to wait to unequip Materia. There you go. Cloud, I was deeply moved by your story. I'm really a weak person, so I could really understand how you feel, Cloud. No one knows when fighting will begin, but let's get ready. Listen, Cloud, we're right in the middle of the mission for the huge Materia, right? I know this is kind of out of the blue, but Junon has an underwater reactor. As far as I can see, that's the only one left. That's that, let's go. Oh, I'm not looking forward to the arm carrier. It's not going to be bloody fun. Not going to be fun. Yeah, that scene, you know, arguably one of the greatest plot twists ever. It explains a lot about the lore of Final Fantasy VII. There we go. Now get rid of Beauty. Right, so we've got restore, divine, barrier or restore. I don't need. I guess 60% people. We need to go to the back as well. There we go. Not save, fuck save. I need to heal up. PMP restored.
I know how tough it's been, leader, since I've been one. I always forget who has what materia. Oh dear. Let's make sure restore. Restore required HP plus, MP plus comet. Barrier all, restore HP plus, and MP left. The comet might be able to go up. Anyway, those levels go. So as you can see, called temporary instance is jump. You don't really actually see that, and well, some of the land surrounding Junon and Fort Condor has shaken up a tiny bit. We've now got this lovely crater that I believe is the Ultima Weapon form. That's what caused it. Look for other little bits and bobs here and there. Just I twist this round like that and get to here. So of course I'm not going to go into Junon yet, but I will be preparing to go in there because I'm going to be going in there for the third piece of huge materia tomorrow. So goody. The arm carrier boss is going to be so easy. God, so easy, man. So easy. Not hard whatsoever. But if Vincent gets grabbed by the arm carrier, game over. That's all I've got to say about that one. But anyway, thank you for watching this episode of my playthrough of Final Fantasy VII. And in the next episodes, I will be returning to Junon in order to go into the underwater research facility in order to get the third piece of huge materia, but also while I'm there I'll be getting the final mode of transport, which will be the submarine. But until then, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.